Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim, Shai Bashim, Kakwadash, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim, Shai Bashim, Kakwadash, and Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. I'm going to entitle this video, The Tribe of Ephraim is one of the tribes of Israel. So what I did was I started off with, I didn't put anything together. I'm just going to go with the spirit. Okay, I went to, I put in Ephraim, or I believe tribe of Ephraim. And then I put in Revelation 7. And I went to the 8th verse. It says, of the tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000. And this is over controversial sit down with Sinetta and Shasham with the Fopi. And he was saying, I didn't listen to it. I listened to some of, or all of the video that Apostle Ramla put up. But before he put it up, I was talking to him on the phone about something else. And he had brought it up, that video, but he said he's going to watch more of it. He said if we go to the actual video on Sinetta TV, it's like about 17 minutes in. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was just also watching, let me see here. Okay, this is GMS Vegas sit downs 144K. And I watched up to almost 16 minutes of it. He's going into the same subject. And then there was a couple others put up. So I took Revelation 7 verse 8, and I put it in the commentary. Bible Hub came up, and this is what's the one? Cambridge didn't even come up, and most of them didn't even have anything to say. Yeah, Matthew Pools didn't have anything to say. Geneva Bible. Gills didn't have really too much to say. The only one that kind of said something that backed it up by scriptures is a pulpit commentary, which says, verse 8, of the tribe of Zebulun was sealed to 12,000. The tribe of Joseph was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000. Ephraim is omitted while Manasseh is injected. Yeah, there's a reason why Ephraim is omitted, because Ephraim and Joseph are interchangeable. Wordsworth considers that this is an account of the rebellions character of the tribe. It should be rebellious character of the tribe of Ephraim. See 1 Kings 2:25, Isaiah 7 verse 9. Jump down to 17, Hosea 5. But Ephraim is sometimes identified with Joseph, which is in Psalms 78 and 67 and Ezekiel 37 and 16, who here finds a place among the 12 tribes. So we know when we go over or read over the 8th verse, we know that when it says Joseph, we automatically think it's the tribe of Ephraim. So let me do this. I already know what Ezekiel 37 and 16 says. It says, take this stick of, matter of fact, let me go to this first. me come over here. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph and chose not the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he loved. Oh, that's an old scripture that used to come out years ago. And you got to read this whole chapter, but this is the main point. Read that again. Moreover, this precept hasn't been brought out in a while. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph. Joseph is interchangeable with Ephraim, tribe of Ephraim, and chose not the tribe of Judah. So Joseph was not a tribe. Joseph was a man that had two sons. He had Manasseh first and then Ephraim second. And he took the two sons before his father Jacob to get blessed. And Jacob had put his right hand on Ephraim's head and his left hand on Manasseh's head. And Joseph said, "Not so, Lord. This is my oldest son, Manasseh." And he basically said, Jacob said that Ephraim will be greater than Manasseh. But out of all the tribes, the head tribe, the first tribe to be there in that head position was Reuben, because that was the firstborn. And then you got Levi up there because they're the priests. And you also had Ephraim up in there because the second, you had Moses, which is a Levite. You had Aaron, which was a Levite, which the Levites represented the leadership. And then you had um, uh, uh, I was going to say Yahushua, but actually the way they say it in English is Joshua, but the word is Yahushua, which means he saved or he delivered. So he was the deliverer after Moses. Moses would be the first deliverer. He was the deliverer. The Most High put the Spirit on him to be in that leadership position. And there's a precept, I'm not going to look for it, where it says that he put the Spirit on, the Spirit on Moses. He put the Spirit on Joshua. He put a certain special spirit on him. Well, he put a spirit on him when he was a spy along with Caleb. They said, it was said that their spirits were different than the other leaders of the spies of the other tribes. They said, but chose the tribe of Judah. So ultimately, the head tribe is the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion which he loved. And he built his sanctuary like high palaces, like the earth, which he hath established forever. Which he have established forever. He chose David also his servant and took him from the sheepfold, from following the ewes great and young. He brought him to feed Yaquab, or Jacob, his people, and Israel, his inheritance. Jacob and Israel is interchangeable. Read Isaiah 14:1. So he fed them according to the integrity of his heart and guided them by the skillfulness of his hands. The Most High's guidance of his people in spite of their unfaithfulness. So, I mean, you can read this whole psalm, which I'm not going to do. So now the other precept is Cambridge. Let's go to this is the shortest one, so I'm gonna go to this. Cambridge Bible for Bible for schools and colleges. One stick, a rod equivalent to scepter. So it mentions number 17 and 2, Ezekiel 37:17, Ezekiel 37:19 and 20. After the fall of the northern kingdom, the name Israel was often used of Judah, the only remaining part of it. Here, Israel of the north is called Joseph or Ephraim. Joseph or Ephraim. This is Ellicott's. For Joseph, the stick of Ephraim. Joseph, as including the two great tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, is put for the whole of the 10 tribes, and Ephraim is specified as being the leading tribe, and this makes necessary the addition and all the house of Israel, or Yasha'Allah, his companions, to show that the whole northern kingdom is included. The word for in italics should be omitted. For Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for or of, excuse me, all the house of Israel, his companions. For Joseph and the whole house of Israel cannot be determined. Each interpretation can be supported by a quite uh, responsible considerations. The first may be pleaded that it best accords with the natural sense of the text. For the second, that the phrase "the stick of Ephraim" appears to be explanatory of and is opposition to for Joseph. For the third, that all the house of Israel stands like Ephraim under the regiment of the stick. The addition of Ephraim's name is best accounted for by remembering that in his hand lay the hegemony of the kingdom. Hegemony means rulership over somebody else. All the house of Israel, his companion, signified the rest of the 10 tribes led by Ephraim, also known as Joseph. So Joseph and Ephraim is interchangeable. So when Shamsham, which I didn't even listen to him really speak, I didn't watch that video on Sarnetta. He said that to show you that the tribe of Ephraim and the tribe of Manasseh, he mentioned that, but he went to Ephraim and he went to Genesis 49 and said it doesn't even mention Ephraim. There's a reason why it's not mentioned Ephraim, because the the name Joseph was there. Joseph was not a tribe. Joseph was a person that had two sons that became tribes. The addition of Ephraim's name is the best account for by. I already read that. I already read that. All the house of Israel's companions signified the rest of the 10 tribes, that the two sticks, when joined together in the prophet's hand, were to become one, cannot signify that they were then and there to be miraculously united, which is Ezekiel 37 and 16. So now, if you go to, let me come over here. So we know it says of the tribe, but Joseph, the word should be Ephraim. So I put in the word Ephraim, right? Then I put in word find tribe. First time you come across the word tribe of Ephraim, or you come over here, right? Numbers 1 and 10 of the children of Joseph, of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Amihud, of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Peduzu. 32nd verse. Of the children of Joseph, namely the children of Ephraim. Now, what is a tribe? A tribe, you have a one man. Out of that one man becomes many men and women. It becomes a family. Then it becomes a tribe. Then it becomes a nation. You're of the tribe of somebody because you directly go back to that person, that man. You know, your father's 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 father. If your great 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 grandfather was an Ephraimite, then you are an Ephraimite because we're following the man's seed. He said of the children of Joseph, namely the children of Ephraim, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war of the males. 33rd verse, Numbers 1, verse 33. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500 because they were required to go to war. So all the tribes, men 20 years or older, they had to go to war unless they were afraid. If they were afraid, there's a law on that. You don't have to go to war. So if Ephraim wasn't a tribe, then why would let's do this. Click on 33rd verse. And okay, what I got to do is actually go to the first verse. I'm gonna have to actually go here. Let me do this. Numbers 1 and 33. Numbers 1:1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses. What is that? Let me click on that. Why Yah the bar, and he spake, Yahweh, meaning Yahweh spoke, I'll unto Mashah, Moses, Bama, uh, Bama Debar, my Hebrew is not so good, but that showing you this is the point that I wanted. Why Debar, and he spake Yahweh, and Yahweh spoke out unto Mashah. So this is the Most High speaking to Moses. So do this. Let me go back to word find. So we're back in the 33rd verse. So this is the Lord speaking, right? Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Ephraim. This is the Most High speaking to Moses to establish the army of Israel with 40,000 and 40,500. And it even mentions right here the tribe of Manasseh. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. I'm gonna go to the word tribe. So when you see the tribe of Joseph or Joseph, you know it's talking about Ephraim. It's not talking about Ephraim and Manasseh. It's talking about Ephraim. Let's look up the word tribe. The word here is Mata. And then it says the word tribe comes up 128 times. Rod comes up 52 times. Staff comes up 15 times. Stave come up one time. Tribe comes up one time. So why is it known as a staff or a branch? Because a tribe is somebody that come out of that tree. Like you have a family tree, well, your family is also called a tribe. That's why Esau have tribes. So just because the word Ephraim or the name Ephraim is not in Genesis 49, that doesn't mean that they're not one of the tribes. But Joseph is there. So we know that that's Ephraim. Because if you want to get technical, Joseph is not a tribe. Joseph's seed planted to make a tribe. And it started with two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And see, we do this because we're defending the gospel. See, when somebody says teaches something, they say, well, the 12 tribes should be thrown in the garbage. We ain't dealing with the 12 tribes. And besides, Ephraim and Manasseh not even on there. If you go to Revelation 7, I don't know if he mentioned Revelation 7, but I did know that he mentioned Genesis 49. And then I told, Apostle Ramla, when he mentioned it, I said, well, the Most High, I said, don't may have to make a big deal about it. The Most High clearly set up stumbling blocks. So Numbers 1 verse 33 definitely proves that Ephraim is a tribe, because it said tribe of Ephraim. Numbers 13 and 8 of the tribe of Ephraim. Oshea, the son of Nun. Now, Oshea is Hawashai, in which Moses gave Hosea, he put the Yah in front of his name, which is called a prefix. So his name was changed from Hawashai to Yahawashai, because Joshua was a deliverer too. He took the, like in a relay race, he took the baton and he got into the position of Moses. Here it is. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, Kemuel, the son of Shiptan. So Kemuel, the son of Shiptan, are what? Anybody that was born, that come out of the loins of the man Ephraim, and their sons and their grandsons and the great great grandsons, they're all Ephraimites. They're all Ephraimites. Remember the 12 stones on the breastplate of Aaron the high priest? There was 12 of them. Each of them represented the tribe. One of them was Ephraim. Joshua 14, verse 4. For the children of Joseph, wait a minute. For the children of Joseph were two tribes, Manasseh, there it goes. The children of Joseph was not a tribe, even though it's interchangeable. It said, for the children of Joseph were two tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. Here it is again. I'm reading from the middle. And the going out thereof were at the sea. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Ephraim. There it goes again. That proves that they're a tribe by their families. There it goes again. 3 times the word tribe is there, centered around the word Ephraim. So now let me come over here. I spoke on this. I'm going to come back to this. So if you want to follow a guy that says something different than what we say, you go right ahead and follow him, because he's a stumbling block. So we put this thing up. So if you say, well, look, I'm gonna follow what they say, well then you know what? We broke it down to you and you follow what they said. If you're destroyed, that's on you. The blood is off our hands. You know, the older you get in this truth, the less you argue. You know, you got these guys that like to debate, which is an argument. We just got the truth. We got the truth. If somebody's asking me directions to get someplace, and I say you go that way, and three lights up, you make a right, and you make a left, and this, that, and third, and somebody jumps up and says, "Well, you're wrong. I'm a I make maps for a living. I'm an expert on maps, and you're going off." Now, the person that I'm trying to tell, give the directions to, might follow this guy. He might say, "Let's have a debate on maps." I said, "I'm not going to have a debate on maps." He might say, "Well, are you scared you're going to lose?" I said, "No, I don't care if I lose or win." He asked me directions. I gave him the directions. Now, if he's thinking about following you because of your credentials of a map maker, what they call a cartographer, I believe that's the word. Now he might say, "You know what? This man knows more than you about maps. I'm gonna follow him." Guess what? You're gonna be lost with that guy because I gave you the truth. I went right to the point, and I gave you the truth. I didn't show you that I'm a map maker or this, that, and the third. So if you want to follow that guy, that's on you. I already did the video. I sat down, I did the video, and I gave you the truth. So, like I said, we don't argue. Either you see it or you don't see it. So y'all know this by heart. It says, "And write upon it for Joseph the stick of Ephraim." Ephraim is written in the Bible and the scriptures more than Joseph. As a matter of fact, it's 173 times in almost 160 verses. That's why when you go to the book of Hosea, let me get that. Hosea 4, verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. Get away from him. Now, the self-appointed king of Ephraim is Jeroboam, and the way he got them tribes to come with him, he pulled out two golden calves back going to Egypt. And that, so what did that mean? That means they were secretly worshiping the golden calf of Egypt. Yeah, it says here, Hosea 5 and 3, "I know Ephraim and Israel is not hid from me. For now, O Ephraim, thou committeth whoredom, and Israel is defiled." Now, how have they committed whoredom? Ephraim is joining the idols, let him alone. Ephraim is heavy into that Roman, the Latin tribes are heavily into the Roman Catholicism. And that's the number one religion that pushes them idols and different saints and so forth. Go to Ephraimites' house, they got shrines all up in their houses, of Mary, Edomite woman, Lazarus, with a rotten apple and a piece of damn Italian bread, and a shot of brown juice in a shot cup in case Lazarus want to drink something, and then pictures of Caesar Borgia all over the house. I remember my my woman's mother. You know, you go in the room, she had a big picture of Caesar Borgia, and in the living room, she had a picture of Caesar Borgia. In the kitchen, she had a picture of Caesar Borgia. Then she had Saint Lazarus in the front with a rotten apple and a damn shot of Cavassier with some Italian bread. And I lost, and my demon sister was there too. And I said, "Why?" I said, "I got lost." I said, "Why the fuck you got this devil all up in your house?" And the sister said, "What you call it? What you call him a devil for? It ain't no devil." I said, "That's the damn devil." I said, "First of all, Jesus black." She said, "Jesus ain't no black. Jesus ain't no black man." So I said, "Get the Bible." I said, "Go ahead and read it in Spanish." She read that shit in Spanish and it said black, it described Revelation chapter 1. She didn't say nothing. She didn't say, "Well, you're right." She just put the Bible down and got an attitude, you know. But I had lost it that day. So see, right here, Hosea, I'm gonna read all these scriptures. How many times Ephraim comes up? Where's Joseph at? Ephraim, Ephraim comes up 173 times. Let's see how many times Joseph comes up. If I can spell him right. Let me do it this way. Let me put up the word Joseph. Okay, Joseph. Wow, Joseph comes up actually more than Ephraim. Surprising. 235 times. I was wrong on that. But Joseph, the only thing that Joseph has to do with Ephraim is that Joseph is the father of Ephraim, the second born son. So I was wrong on that. It is Joseph. The name Joseph is in there more than Ephraim, surprisingly. But I was right on the fact that Joseph is not an actual tribe. If you come across the word Joseph in Revelation 7 or Ezekiel 37, as a matter of fact, it tells you in Ezekiel 37 which is the stick of Ephraim. So Joseph and Ephraim is interchangeable, but the actual tribe is Ephraim. Let me try this. Let me go to, I'm gonna do, let me do this. Take the word Joseph. I'm gonna go to Genesis 49. Now do a word search on Joseph. Comes up 2 times. It says Joseph or Yahweh is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by a well whose branches run over the wall. There's a wall in a castle, big wall that the Spaniards built up. So that has to be referring to that. But it's symbolic. It didn't mean that every Ephraimite in the 50s jumped over that wall. But that indicates a barrier that you got the land of Ephraim, which is Puerto Rico, And then you got the Americas, which is Assyria. Because in Hosea it says it speaks about him going from Assyria, and then it mentions something else. I'm not going to go into it. Somebody can put it in the comment section. I'm not going to go back to Hosea to bring it out. But and this is the importance of going into root words. You know, going into the Hebrew. Old Testament is the Hebrew. New Testament is Greek. So sometimes you have to go into the root words, and this is something that is taught in a theological cemetery, but not at church. So your average churchgoer, if you go into words with them, you go over their head. Now you got people that study the scriptures, they actually go into words. That's why when you have these so-called Christian experts write books, they'll read it, they'll speak on a passage in the Bible or scripture in the Bible, and then they'll say, well, this is from the root word that means this, and this precept goes back to that precept. See, that's something that the churches don't do. So they're easy to really, beat them up on a spiritual level, especially the black church is a joke. So it's like if you look up the word Joseph, right? The word there is Yahweh, which is Hebrew for he will add. Yah, he, Wasap will add. It says Joseph, which is Ephraim, is a fruitful bow. Fruitful meaning the tribe of Ephraim. You got the word Ephraim, which means I am fruitful. Instead of Yapariam, it's Apariam. I am fruitful. Instead of he is fruitful. I am fruitful. And he is fruitful with children. So it says Joseph is a fruitful bow. Fruitful meaning you're going to have a lot of children. Now check this out. Bow, Bough. Even a fruitful bow, Bough. This is the importance of going into the actual root of the word, because when you go to the root for this word and the root for that word, they're two different words. Two different words. This one, let me click on it and show you. That's why we go into the MOTB. We go into the root word MARK, which is charagma. And charagma is a physical thing. The root of charagma is charax, which is another physical thing. And the root of charax is grapho, which is another physical thing. See? Yahweh Sop. Let me see what they say it means, because they go off too. Jehovah has added. Doesn't mean that. It does not mean Jehovah Yahweh has added. It means he will add, or he has added. Now let me go to Bo, show you that. Bo is bun, which means son or son of. And this is Bo all over again. Wait a minute. It should say Banath. Bun. I'm sorry. Bo means the same. Bo means son. And branches, that means daughters. So the word there is, let me come back over here again. Bo meaning son. Bo again meaning son. And then you got branches, which is they'll say they'll say bath. It's banawath or banawath, which means should be banath, which means son in a feminine sense, which is daughter. So let me do this. So we know what a branch is. I don't gotta look up the word branch, right? Let's see what the word bow actually is in the common dictionary. Let me do it this way. Okay, give me all this crap here. For the structural member of a tree, see branch. So that was the difference. When it said bow two times, which is son, then it said branch, which means daughter. Bow and branch is the same word. They're spoken a little bit differently, like the Old English. Bow is Old English for branch. Leave that here. Come back over here. This guy, you got to look this guy up. Thomas Thorough, Thoroughgood. He says that when he encountered the Gadites, the Indians, he said they were the 10 tribes. These are the 10 tribes of Israel. That was a big thing back in the 15, 16, 1700s, where you had Edomites that came over here that were into the scriptures. They all agreed that these are the tribes. This is the northern kingdom right here. So what happened through the years? The elite scholars took that out. And why? Because of us. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.